Hi there, I'm Myrna Loy, and well, I'm quite a lot of things. But I wanted to talk to you today because I've been nominated for the Windrush Community Award. Now, the Windrush Community Award is for those who came to the UK, I think between 1948 and 1970 something. And so, what Bob Baker is doing, who is a Lutonite, he's put on a inaugural um, recognition of all the Windrush, well, not all the Windrush, but people in and around Luton who have contributed to the community. And I've been nominated. Would you believe yours truly has been nominated? And I'm so happy about that because sometimes I do stuff and I don't do stuff to get recognition. I do stuff just because I like doing stuff. And then I started thinking to myself, wow. But then I thought to myself, but what do I do for the community? And I had to kind of think back. And when I do stuff, because I kind of minimize it, I don't think about how much I'm doing. And so I had people remind me what I've done, how I've helped people. And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess if you look at it that way, then I have helped the community. So I'm going to take you through my contributions as what people have told me and how they perceive I have helped the Luton community because I used to live in Luton and I just live outside Luton now. So the first thing was that they said I gave Windrush community a platform to speak about Windrush and what really happened. And I remember when I interviewed, I think he was 92 at the time, he's deceased now, but it was an elderly man, and I spoke to him about, I asked him to tell me about the Windrush journey, and it was so informative. And I had so many people writing to me, commenting, and asking me to do another interview with him, and they found it really educational. So, yes, I guess I provided a platform for him to tell his story before he died, which was fantastic. And that story, when he did die, that his family didn't have anything on him, and he'd been separated from them for years. So they were able to see Mr. Wilkie in full in full form, because Mr. Wilkie, he was traditional, and he was one of those old Jamaicans who used to wear the smoking jacket. You know, those, it's kind of made out of silk and it's got those patterns on it, and the cravat, and he'd even wear it in the house. And so when I interviewed him, even though it was impromptu, he looked so distinguished. So yes, so I have done that. Second thing they pointed out, well, I kind of remembered, is that I'm on the stop and search panel and the use of force panel for Bedfordshire Police, and I usually attend that every month, and I kind of you know screen videos and stuff like that, and we kind of point out how the police can do things differently if they haven't done a stop and search in the right way. So I'm helping the community, and I'm help in that way, in the sense that I'm I have a voice in how policing is done in Bedfordshire. You know, it's a collective voice, but my voice is still heard, and it could make the difference between how the police stop and search in the future, how the extent of use of force in certain situations, because we're able to make a comment on that. We're able to comment and review, and the person who runs the group is able to take it a step further, and so a difference is made. So there was also the fact, well, you all know I'm a social influencer as Black Bright News, so I do that. And my paintings, well, that's one of those behind me, but I've got 4 paintings that are being displayed at Wardown Museum which is on the New Bedford Road, and they're going to be there until December. And I'm actually the first Windrush, or I don't know if that means the first black artist to have exhibited in the Wardown Museum, but I'm so honoured. If you see the Wardown Museum, it's one of these traditional old museums, and to see such powerful imagery in there on their yellow walls, it's absolutely fantastic. So I've actually, when you're thinking about what I've done for the community, I've actually set the way forward for other black artists to exhibit in the Wardown Gallery, whereas that might not have happened had I not had to speak there and bring in my painting. So yeah, so I've done that. And so what else? Yeah, I'm opening the door for new and upcoming black artists. I've published 6 books. Poetry's Promise, that's about my personal life in poetry. Poetry's Teacher, that's my professional life in poetry. Poetry's Therapist meets Poetry's Teacher, which is the challenges I've gone through life and how I've used poetry to therapy me and teach me stuff. Spirit of Queens, that was a spirit-led poetry book. The Other Side of Tourism is about my journey in Jamaica with a British mindset. And Lovers Rock More Than a Dance Floor, Part 1 and Part 2. So yeah, actually 7 books. So yes, so I'm the author of 7 books, and each one of those books is informative and helps share a story or an experience. Some of them are inspiring. My poetry in particular is therapeutic for people who are going through trials and tribulations. They might look at that and have a sense of understanding and might see it as a way to cope themselves. So yes, so I also offer concessional counselling sessions to Lutonians, so they can get cheaper rates for counselling, because counselling is expensive. So I kind of offer concessional rates, and they don't have to be unemployed or retired or a student. They can just be on a low income, and I'll offer them concessional rates. So it's just helping the community once again to heal. And I think the common thread in what I do for the community and myself is to heal. Paintings help me heal. They also are quite healing for people who look at them and try to understand them. My poetry helped me heal. They can also heal other people. And then we have, my Facebook page, which I'm always uploading inspirational notes to inspire people, and people are always telling me they feel inspired and they feel good and they feel motivated in the morning. I'm the director of Black Community Services, and that is kind of gone quiet now. I'm trying to bring it to life. But Black Community Services is a organisation that is a community interest company that supports people who have been abused by power and trust, or people who have abused their power and trust. So yeah, that can be anything from breach of body autonomy to human trafficking, that kind of stuff. I also run a magazine, Black Bright News, and that is to inform, share about immigration, about issues about Black people, and it can also offer cheaper advertising for local businesses. And I'm a DJ on Lovers Rock Radio every Friday night, www.loversrockradio.com, from 7 o'clock till 9. And I run a Talking Blues forum where people can come once a month to discuss relationships and issues with their relationships and see how different ways to manage that. And just by talking through sometimes is helpful. And last but not least, the Inspirational Herbal Tea Kitchen, where I've started making my own signature teas, customized teas, just to help. I mean, nothing is guaranteed. We can't say herbal teas cure. We can't say anything cures. But we hope that it can kind of go a little way towards easing certain ailments. So started doing customized herbal teas um, in the shop. So, yeah, and I think that is why I've been nominated for the Windrush Community Awards. So, it's this Saturday and it's at the Hat Factory in Luton, and I'm quite honoured because Rudolph Walker, remember Rudolph Walker? CBE, he's going to be the guest of honour. And we've got a live band, and we've got Pauline Catlin-Reid from Brown Sugar, for those of you who like Lovers Rock. So it should be fun. So I'm looking forward to it. And I just thought I'd share it with you. Bye-bye.